World Travel Radio, in association with breaking travel news, brought to you by the World Travel Group.
Hello, I'm Phil Blizzard here on World Travel Radio with our first programme of 2014, and what a mix it is. Our main feature takes a look at the cruise industry and the prospects for the year, with new vessels being launched and new destinations coming on board. From the world of aviation, we look at the world's first Airbus A380 dedicated terminal, the Emirates Concourse A at Dubai International Airport, on the occasion of its first birthday. But first, how about this for a super uber luxury holiday? More than that, a 21-day tour which takes in 10 top hotels in Europe, Middle East, Asia and the United States of America. That's next.
World Travel Radio.
Well, not ordinary hotel rooms for this ultra-luxury world tour, because you'll be staying in the finest and most luxurious suites across the world, provided you have, of course, the money for this Billionaire Lifestyle Experience. Well, you could start in the penthouse suite in the Four Seasons Georges V in Paris before moving on to Rome's Westin Excelsior, where you'll stay in Europe's largest suite, the 1,100 square metre Villa La Cupola, and then on to Dubai in the Middle East and the iconic 5-star Burj Al Arab with the Royal Suite Experience, complete with mirrors on the ceiling over the royal-sized bed. Yes, that's right, over the bed, and I know because I've been there. Well, Asia beckons with the Presidential Suite Intercontinental in Hong Kong before jetting across to the United States and the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas. And there you'll stay in the 2-story Sky Villa. There's also suites to be enjoyed in New York, London, Istanbul, and not forgetting the Bahamas and Tokyo. And want more details? Well, pop across to luxury website www.veryfirst2.com. 2 is T-O. And the cost, well, you're waiting for this, aren't you? A mere, well, $581,000 US per couple. To include, well, the cost of organising the tour, airport transfers, accommodation and business class flights being a minimum. That means you could be flying first in some sectors. Truly a billionaire lifestyle experience. Well, I'm Phil Blizzard and this is World Travel Radio.
World Travel Radio.
And now it's aviation, and in January of last year, the first airport terminal dedicated to handle the giant double-decker Airbus A380 opened in Dubai at the International Airport. And here on World Travel Radio, I'll be taking you on a tour of Concourse A. But first, news of passenger numbers at Dubai International Airport, which surpassed 6 million in a single calendar month during December of last year, taking the number of passengers for the whole year at Dubai International Airport to 66,431,533, making the airport the second busiest international hub in the world. And now, let's hop onto a train. Aviation special, we're at the brand new facility at Dubai Airport. We're going to be checking out Concourse A, which is the world's first dedicated terminal for the massive A380 Airbus aircraft. And to get there, we have to get on the train. The train, or to use its correct name, Automated People Mover, transfers passengers between Terminal 3 and Concourse A in a journey of just over 2 minutes, with separate lines and platforms for those passengers in transit. So on disembarking from the people carrier, the train which connects the concourse with the terminal, this is the first impression one gets of the brand new Concourse A. The appearance of Concourse A is similar to that of Concourse B, especially in the arrival and departure levels, and is designed to handle 19 million passengers per year. And for the mighty double-decker, there are 20 contact gates, each with 3 boarding tunnels with direct access from both the business and first-class lounges. And for those who can afford the ticket at the front end of the A380, take a look now at their dedicated lounge. Running the entire length of Concourse A, it's the largest in the world, with lounges for relaxing or catching up with the latest news. There's even shopping in the duty-free boutique, the only one in the world to be found inside a lounge, and after that the chance to relax in 5-star comfort. And then it's on to enjoy cuisine of an equal star rating. And after relaxing in the first class lounge, time now to board the aircraft. And here at Concourse A, this is another unique facility. It's the ability to access the aircraft direct from the lounge, be it first class or business class. All I have to do now is check in using my digital check-in card here, Go through there into the elevator with an elevator dedicated to first and business class, which will take passengers to the upper section of the A380. So I'm off to check out my first class suite. I'm Phil Blizzard with the first World Travel Radio programme for 2014, and from the impressive Emirates A380 dedicated terminal we move on to our main feature, a look at the year ahead for the cruise industry with our travel expert for this programme, who is Helen Beck, Regional Director, International Representatives, Europe, Middle East and Africa for Royal Caribbean International. And I start by asking her what we can expect from the cruise industry in 2014.
Exciting year as always. You know, the cruise industry, we never sit on our laurels, so I think we're all looking forward to a very productive, profitable, satisfactory 2014. Again, investment has gone in a new build. We, for Royal Caribbean International, have our new ship Quantum of the Seas arriving late season. There's been a little bit of shift in deployment and capacity, so the Caribbean is increasing in focus again. Okay. Europe is continuing its growth, but we're seeing that the Caribbean's making a bit of a comeback. So a little bit of shift and change going on.
So as you say, change in deployment, shift again. And what about new entrants? I mean, there's talk of Japan.
Yes, interestingly, Princess Cruises, of course, are deploying a vessel now dedicated to the Japanese market, which I think we're all interested to see how that's developing. We ourselves have, as Royal Caribbean, have committed ships to Asia to specifically grow the China and Asian markets as well. So I think you're seeing sort of somewhat global diversification in our source markets now as well.
You mentioned Quantum, you're receiving the vessel latter part of 2014. Where's it likely to be deployed?
Excellent. Well, she's being built in Germany, in Maerwerf, so we'll have a little bit of hoopla, so to speak, welcoming her through Europe. And then she will go transatlantic to home port out of New York. So she'll be based out of Cape Liberty, which is our port for New York City, and we'll sail in the Caribbean, doing a range of 9 and 5 night itineraries.
Okay. Well, we're talking here at the Sea Trade Conference in Abu Dhabi. So how do you see the Middle East standing up next year?
This has been probably one of the most encouraging cruise forums for the Middle East that I've attended over the past few years. There's a real sense of the region coming together to really promote the destination, the region as a destination, rather than each individual port focusing on its own growth strategy. And for a cruise line, that's really encouraging, because for us, we don't just sail to one port. We need a whole range of ports to create an itinerary. So by the region coming together in this way, it really gives us a lot of encouragement and faith for a strong future growth here.
One of the challenges in this part of the world for the cruise operators is the costs involved, which are often higher than other parts of the world.
Indeed.
What's being done about that?
And this has been, again, a topic of debate here. We have been, some of us as cruise lines operate globally, some of us operate in just 1 or 2 segments of the world. And clearly costs vary depending where you are. But we've made the region aware that they need to get their pencil out to look at the costs here, because generally they tend to be on the higher side when we compare to, let's say, the Caribbean or even some of the Mediterranean ports, and that then makes them less appealing to us. Clearly, most of us are publicly listed companies. We're responsible to our shareholders for our costs, and we need the support of our partners to make sure our costs are as aggressive as possible.
So Helen, to finish off, moving from the perspective of the operators to the passengers, one issue in this part of the world really is the visa requirements. How's that being addressed?
Encouraging. We're not probably as far ahead as we would have liked in actually having a visa actually in place, but we know there's been some positive movement in that direction. The multi-entry visa is really specifically needed for the United Arab Emirates. So I think if we can get that concluded, then that really opens up the opportunity even more for the destinations here to draw in guests from really all of those countries that currently can't participate in the visa waiver program. So encouraging.
Helen Beck from Royal Caribbean in a positive mood, looking at the year ahead. I'm Phil Blizzard and you're listening to World Travel Radio, and in the next edition I'll be looking at how international sporting events and entertainment can be used to boost tourism. So until then, from me and all the team, we wish you safe travels.
World Travel Radio, in association with breaking travel news, brought to you by the World Travel Group.